Okay, question 1. In the diagram, PQR are on level ground. So all this is on the ground, this one is north. So we are looking it from a top view. Okay? Then find angle PQR. I want to find this angle. I look at what is the triangle that can help me find this angle. So I have this triangle. Do I have a right angle triangle? Don't have. So I cannot use Pythagoras. So the next thing, can I use sine rule? Then my 62 degree is opposite my 68. So I have a pair. If I have this pair of angle and distance, I can use this pair to help me find this angle because I know. So I have this pair, I can use this pair. I want to find this angle, I use sine rule. Sine of PQR over the opposite side is equals to sine of 62 over 68. So making sine PQR the subject, I multiply both sides with 75. Then I want the angle, I take sine inverse on both sides. 75 sine 62 over 68. Answer. Remember to put your calculator to degree mode when you are doing this. Okay? 75 sine 62, then divided by 68 sine inverse. 76.8. 65. So round off, angle PQR is equals to 76.9 degree. 2 marks. Okay? Bearing of Q from P. Bearing of Q from P means we are finding this angle. We want to find bearing of Q from P, so this angle. If I want this angle, I know this whole thing 95. If I can take 95 minus away this, I get my answer. So what is this angle? So first I find QPR first. Angle QPR equals to 180 minus 62 minus 76.865 equals to 41.13. Okay? So this angle is 41.13. If I want to find bearing this angle, it will be 95 minus 41.13. 95 minus 41.13 is equals to 48.86. Or 48.9. Okay, so this angle is 48.9, but when I write it as a bearing, I must add a 0 in front. 048.9. Answer. Okay? Bearing 048.9. Can calculate the area of triangle PQ. Yes, bearing must be 3-digit one. Area of triangle PQR. Okay? Angle, area of triangle. I know this side. I know this side. So I want to use, I don't have length times breadth. I don't have base and height. So I must use half AB sine C. These two lengths, they sandwich 41.13. So my area equals to half AB sine C. The two lengths are 68 and 75. then my sine of the angle is 41.13. Times 68 times 75 times 0.5. 1677.3 meter square. So 3 significant figure will be 1680 meter square. Okay, continue. Shortest distance from Q to PR. I have told you all a few times, shortest distance means we must think of using the area and then find. Okay, so we have already found the area of PQR, then Q to PR. Q to PR means shortest distance, there will be a 90 degrees. So this distance is like my height. Then my 75 is like my base. Okay, so area of PQR, if I use half base times height, half base is 75 times height, it will be equals to the area, which is, I have already found, 1677.3. Okay, when we are using it, the area, we use the more exact one. We don't use the round off one, so that our final answer will be more exact. Then make H the subject, 1677.3 times 2, then divide by 75. 44.72, or roughly 44.7 meter. So you find QR, then after that you find H. Can. But how you find QR? Okay. If you can do it correctly and get your answer, you should be getting correct. But your one is how long? My one is 3 lines. Okay? Okay. Perimeter of minor sector. So they actually want this 2 radius plus this arc. So the arc AB. The arc AB itself is equals to 1.4 over 2 pi times 2 pi r, or equals to 1.4 r equals to 1.4 times radius. Radius is 5. So 7. This arc is 7 cm. So the perimeter, anyone got pen I can borrow? So the perimeter is equals to 7 plus 5 plus 5. 7 plus 5 plus 5 equals to 17. Okay? Area of major sector. Major sector, I can find the minor sector first, then the entire circle minus the smaller sector. Okay, so area of minor sector half r square theta equals to half 5 square theta. Theta is 1.4 equals to 17.5. This is the minor sector. Okay, then when I want the major sector, I take the whole circle, which is pi r square minus this one. So pi r square, r is 5. Pi times 25 minus 17.5. 61.03. Okay, or rounding off equals to 61.0. Yeah. Okay what? You give chance what? You mercy the class ma. Okay, the cumulative frequency curve. Ethan, you were asking me, median. They already tell you the median is the marks. But how do I get to the median? I go to the middle. Middle of 200 people is 100 people. So I must go to 100, go across, then read downwards. So 100 go across, read downwards should be 24. Okay? Cannot. It is so clear it is 24. How come? Huh? You use what? Where you got sing it? You see if I put a ruler. Y'all can see my ruler or not? Cannot. You can see 100, come here, reach this ruler, come down, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes there. Cannot Okay, should be 24 Parallax is the angle, not your 24. Okay? Interquartile range. Interquartile range, we go to 75%, go to 25%. So 75% can see from here 1, 2, 3, 33. Upper quartile. Lower quartile is 16. Okay? So interquartile range 33 minus 16 equals to 17. Okay, following? Number of students who scored more than 20. Marks 20 is here. So, from here to here, I can read how many students score below 20. 50, 60, 70. 70. 70 students score below. Meaning, 130 score above 20. Okay? Do y'all get 130? Of course. How do 135? Why 170? More than 20 mark. 20 mark happened here. 70 score below 20. So from here to here there are 130 people. Huh? Yes, given that 20% of students fail the test, okay, find the least mark a student must obtain to pass the test. So So the passing mark is not 50. They tell you 20% fail. So you must go to see 20% of student is where? 20% of 20 is 40 students. So where is 40 student? 40 student is here. 40 student. So when 40 student, I must go and see what is the mark that at 40 here. One, two, three, four, 5, 15. So to pass the test, need to score 15 marks. Because 20%, 40 students fail. So this amount fail. So this is the passing mark, 15. 15 is your passing mark. Cannot. 16 is the lower quartile. 16 is the lower quartile. It is this 50. Hey, did I read wrongly just now? Hey, I also read wrongly there. 9, 8, 7. Just now it should be 17, not 16. Here is 17, not 16. Yeah. I must agree now that, yeah, the line a bit faint. Okay? So wrong, just now should be 16, not 17. Because the lower quartile is 17. Okay, the same 200 students took an English test. This time round, the median is 30. Okay? So the median is now 30. Just now, the median is 24. Meaning, which test student do better? English lah. Okay? So English did better lor. Okay? So you must agree. Or you must cancel away the disagree. So you agree because then you compare the median. Yes, you agree 1 mark. That one depend on the setter. I will ask the setter. Okay? Agree. Median, because the median is higher. Okay. Equation. You are given the equation. You are asked to complete the table. So this is the y value when x equals to -2. Why x equals to -2? I must go and do my substitution. 2, put my -2 inside a bracket. -8 times 2, -16. -16 minus another 3, minus 19. Okay? Minus 19, you get 1 mark. Draw the graph. -3, -57. Wow. How I no Apple Pencil eh. Yes. My finger not so exact already. Okay. Both no ink. Minus 19. 19 right? Yeah. -1. -5. Here. 0, -3. -1, -5, sorry. Not 5. Ah, sorry. Yeah. You see? Now it's like now I'm like you all like that, never bring pen to exam like that. Yeah, the other one also not correct. Negative 19. Eh? Yeah lah, all not correct leh. No lah, for me it's because my finger too fat. Okay, better. 1, negative 1. Two, 13. Three, 51. Okay, so your graph should look like this. From left to right, it is curving upward. Then after that, curve upward again. Let me try. Got pencil still easier leh. No pencil, I very difficult leh. I using my hand Okay, roughly should be like that Wow, very bad What 大四喜 Wow, really knowing already. Okay, roughly like that lah. Okay, then answering the question. Use your graph to estimate the value of x when y equals to 0. Y equals to 0 is when it crosses the x-axis. So it passes through here, then go up. Mine is not exact, so I think it should be 1.2 like that. Okay? Should be 1.2 like that. If my graph can draw properly. Y when x equals to negative 1.5. So when x equals to negative 1.5, come down, it should be negative 10 or negative 11. Okay? Anything near negative 10, negative 11, you all should be correct. Yes, Ethan, Ashton, why you all looking at your thing rather than looking at how to solve problem? By drawing a suitable tangent, find the gradient of the curve when x equals to 2. So I must go to x equals to 2 and then try to fit a tangent here. Okay? How I fit a tangent here? I must take a ruler, go and place until it only pass through one point. And it should be touching my graph. Okay? It should be touching my graph. Like that. Then I go and find the gradient of this line. The gradient of this line will help me estimate the gradient at this point. So for gradient of this line, if I go and find two nice points, for my one, I will roughly use here lah. Anything lah. Okay. 3.4, 40. Here. 3.4, 40. And another point I will take 1.9, sorry, 0.9 negative 10. Here. 0. Yes, of course. Your graph, you will choose different point. But end up, the gradient should be roughly the same. Okay? So, 40 change in y over change in x. 40 minus negative 10, then 3.4 over minus 0.9. For my one, what I get is 50 divided by 2.5. 20. It should be around 20. 20 something, your tangent. 1.2 means confirm wrong. Okay? Okay. On the same axis, draw this line. How you draw this line? You can go and put 3 points. X, Y. 0, then negative 2 and positive 2. Then I can find 3 points. 0, negative 10. When it is 2, negative 10 minus 10 minus 20. When it is negative 2, 10 minus 10, 0. 0 minus 10, 20, minus 20. So 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here. Okay? Then I join these 3 points together. That is the line that I want. So your line should be like that. Sloping downwards and passing through. Like that. Okay, like that. So this is your curve. This is the straight line that you later draw on. Then we continue next lesson. Okay.